You have been carrying something. I do not know exactly what it is. Maybe it is a heartbreak you have not let yourself fully feel. Because feeling it fully would mean admitting how much it hurt. Maybe it is an anger that you have been holding onto so long. It has become part of how you see the world. Maybe it is a grief for a person, for a relationship, for a version of your life you thought you were going to have, that you have been pushing down because there never seemed to be a safe enough moment to feel it. Or maybe it is something older. Something you absorbed so long ago, and so quietly that you do not even know it is there anymore. You just know that something feels heavy. That certain situations trigger you more than they should. That you want to feel lighter, but you do not know what exactly you would be releasing. Today I want to talk about emotional healing, the deep, sometimes uncomfortable, ultimately liberating work of letting go, of releasing what has been stored, of allowing the feelings that were too big to feel then, to finally be felt now. And in the feeling, to be freed. Because here is what nobody tells us about emotions. They do not disappear when you push them down. They do not dissolve because you stay busy. They do not heal because you pretend hard enough that they do not exist. They simply go underground. They live in the body, in the nervous system, in the reactive patterns that make you wonder why you keep responding to situations in ways that seem out of proportion. That out of proportion response is the stored emotion looking for its exit. I create space for emotional healing in my life. I allow myself to feel, to release, and to be free. I am safe to let go of everything that has been stored, and as I release it, I become lighter, clearer, and more fully myself. The science of emotional storage is fascinating and validating for anyone who has ever been told to just get over it. Research in the field of somatic psychology and neuroscience confirms what healers and wise people have always known. Emotional experiences, especially intense or traumatic ones, are stored not just in the mind, but in the body itself. In the muscles, in the gut, in the chest, in the way we hold our posture, in the way we breathe, in the chronic tensions we have stopped noticing because they have been there so long. Healing these stored emotions is not just psychological work. It is physical, it is relational, it is spiritual. It is the whole person project of finally allowing the frozen experiences to thaw, gently, safely, in whatever time they need. And it begins with the simplest, most consistently avoided act in human experience. Acknowledgement. Not fixing. Not analyzing. Not analyzing. Not immediately converting the pain into a lesson so you do not have to sit in it. Just acknowledgement. This happened, it hurt. I am allowed to know that it hurt. I am allowed to give it the space it deserves for many of us. This is the hardest step. We are a culture that rewards moving on. That admires the person who bounces back. That is a little uncomfortable with sadness and anger that goes on too long. And so we become experts at bypassing, at skipping straight to the lesson, the gratitude, the silver lining, without ever actually going through the feeling. But feelings that are bypassed are not healed. They are just buried. And buried feelings become the roots of anxiety, of emotional reactivity, of numbness, of the vague sense that you are not quite fully present in your own life. True emotional healing asks you to go through, not around. I allow myself to heal completely and thoroughly. I do not rush my emotional healing or bypass the feelings I need to feel. I go through, not around. I trust the process. I trust my resilience. And I trust that on the other side of what I am releasing is a freedom I have never felt before. Let me give you some practical guidance on the letting go process. Because knowing intellectually that you need to let go and actually being able to do it are two very different things. The first step in letting go is not releasing. It is allowing. You cannot release what you have not first acknowledged and held. So for whatever it is you are carrying, the hurt, the anger, the grief, the resentment, the shame, give it permission to be present. Not forever, not unmanaged, but present, here, in this safe space of acknowledgement. If emotions rise as you do this, if the tears come, if the anger surfaces, let it. This is not breakdown. This is breakthrough. The feelings coming up and out is the healing happening, the body releasing what it has been storing. The nervous system completing the cycle it started years ago and never got to finish. The second step is compassion for the part of you that stored it in the first place. You did not keep that pain because you were weak or damaged or incapable of healing. You kept it because at the time, you were doing the best you could with what you had. You were surviving, you were managing, you were a human being, doing the very human thing of getting through what was happening without falling apart. Honor that. Thank that part of yourself. And then gently let it know, it is safe to let go now. You are okay, you survived. And now, it is time to put down what you have been carrying. The third step is active release, and you can use your words for this. Speak it out loud if you can. I release this hurt. I release the story that I am not lovable, not worthy, not enough. I release the anger at what was done to me. I release the grief I have been carrying. I release it all with love, love for myself, love for my healing, love for the future that becomes possible when I am no longer weighted down by the past. Words of release, spoken with genuine intention, are not just psychological. They shift your physiological state. Your nervous system is listening, and when it hears that you are ready to release, truly ready, not just saying it but feeling it, it begins to let go too. Think about someone you have been carrying resentment toward. You do not have to agree with what they did. You do not have to pretend it was okay. You do not have to invite them back into your life. But you can release the resentment, because the resentment is not hurting them. It is hurting you. It is the weight you are carrying, and you deserve to put it down. Forgiveness in this sense is not about the other person. It is about your freedom. It is the decision to stop allowing someone else's actions to determine your current state of peace. I let go and I am free. I release every hurt, every anger, every resentment that has been living inside me. I release it with love, with compassion, and with gratitude for what it taught me. I am lighter now. I am freer now. I am more fully myself than I have been in years. And the life that was waiting behind all that weight, that beautiful, open, free life, is here, it is mine. And I step into it now. Let go. Not because what happened was okay, but because you are more important than the story of it. Because your future is more valuable than your grip on the past. Because the you that is waiting on the other side of that release, lighter, freer, more fully alive. That version of you is worth the vulnerability of letting go. You are ready. Let it go.